Shakespeare said, "There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Amid it, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves or lose our ventures." Thank you in advance for voting me mayor. God bless.
I'm just here to testify that girls like you make me wanna survive. It's just the way you make the wrong things right. It's just the way you make a dark room bright. All these changes that you're going through wrap you up in a big cocoon. What kind of butterfly you gonna be? This metamorphosis is killing me, 'cause I can hardly wait to see if your wings are gonna land on me.
The courts, everybody's hands seems to be tied. Our politicians seem to be afraid. I would like to express my appreciation for the Marijuana Compassion Club up in Smoke and the people who were taking care of medicinal marijuana users. But you'd have to understand that we believe it's God's tree of life from the Garden of Eden.
You get a new trial, Asante applies.
I
Throughout.
understand. I didn't have a beard then, eh?
You sure didn't. You didn't have a beard until after you left us, and you went on your own. You was well brought up and well looked after. My former wife took very good care of him, and he had a good home, and he never had any trouble at home. And I'm not one to argue. I couldn't keep after him because I was away all the time. And I said to him, I said, "What do you want to do?" Well, I says, "You can come and work with me out in the field and see how you can get along out there, and if you do all right," he picked it up very quick. He brought every damn piece of equipment I had. And then he got on the float. I brought a brand new float, and then he was on the float, hauling his machines around. He started when he was about 18, and he...
16. I quit school, and that summer I never went back.
And
Opportunity, eh?
this guy, he had a lot of education, a lot of, not school education, but know how to meet people, know how to get around, get things done, and move equipment, and move this. I never went one time to. He did it all on his own.
Well, I do now, though, but it's paper I move. It's the same, it's like pushing dirt.
He could be back running machinery like he was running it. And he could be working on the jobs, and he could be making big money. See, he got mixed up with this water, and I'm not too happy about that, to be honest with you. But what can I do?
What my dad doesn't like is, like, you know, it's the name, it's a family name, and it's not his fight, and it's not his religion. He's got his own faith, which I respect, and he's never stepped on mine.
You were brought up as a Catholic?
Yeah, I'm still Catholic.
Yeah, but
I'm not
yeah,
Roman.
I'm just praying that you get back to church again.
Well, I'm a minister in a church, but there we go with the old argument of whose church is which the one, eh? But,
I have nothing against marijuana. I don't know anything about it, so I don't got nothing against it. I can't go and argue if it's harmful, it's not harmful, whatever.
they've proven it isn't. Judge McCart looked at it for 6 months in London, the Superior Court of Justice, and he's an older man, Judge McCart, and he says it's less harmful than alcohol and tobacco.
I keep praying that he would get back to his church and get away from all that stuff and get back into life again. And that's my prayer to him. I don't feel that he's got to fight the whole world. He's got to fight the government. I don't can't see how he can fight the government. Fighting with the police, fighting with the this, and fighting with that. You know, I said, why don't they legalize it and get it over with? You know, and forget about it, because you know why? I'll tell you why. The government can't collect no taxes off it. That's the trouble. If they could collect taxes like they collect taxes off of tobacco, then they wouldn't legalize it. But they can't do it, because you can grow it, I can grow it, anybody can grow it.
They can't tax it. It bothers them. They can't get money. Well, the Bible says the tree of life will be given freely. Now, if marijuana is the tree that we can make clothes with and use as medicine, and its leaf is for the healing of the nations, and people that smoke it, they don't fight. So if that's one of even the trees of life, because every plant is a tree that gives life because it gives oxygen. But that one in particular is more giving than any other plant on the planet. And it is given freely, and that's what bugs them. You can grow it in your backyard, you can grow it in your basement, right? And they'll never see anything from it, as long as you do the work. At the same time, some people will buy it. So what's their problem? There will always be people that don't have a green thumb.
The tree of life, I know that's a good excuse, but that's not the way I look at things, you know. I don't look at it that way. And we, in our church, they never talk about that stuff, you know, any of that stuff in the Catholic Church.
Just a little different here and a little different there. At the end of the day, it's how you lived your life that counted, eh, Dad? That's what Jesus said. Do unto others as you'd have others do unto you. That's it. That's the meaning of the law and the prophets. And that's in the Bible. In the same Bible we all read.
I have to make it myself. You're right.
Anyway, good note to end it on, Dad.
You're man.
When love was enough, we could always get through it. If things got tough, we had each other and knew it. But things were never the same. When you told me the other guy's name, life can be such a game when you're gonna lose it. If you dealt me one more card, I might have used it. When love was enough. When love was enough. If it got too hot, we could cool it. When things got rough, we had each other and knew it.
Do people ever ask you about your son?
Oh, they ask me, and I tell them, well, he's mixed up with this and mixed up with that. I can't do anything about it.
Do they vote for me, though? That's all that really matters, eh?